Hey, what's up? It's Alfonso on Ask the Fonz. Today's topic is how to break into Hollywood editing with zero contacts. Before I get started, I just gotta say this topic really hits home for me because I grew up in a small town in New Jersey, then went to school in Boston, and then made the move out here to LA. And as far as like people in the industry, I didn't really have any contacts to begin with, and I want to share my story with you because there are some of you out there who really want to pursue film editing as a career and don't know how to get started or are scared to make the move out to LA. And, I want to be here for you and understand that I was also in your position. So let's get right into it. The first step that I took was essentially a process, what I call the informational interview process, which you're basically gathering advice from people that you reach out to who are in the industry so that you can emulate what they did. This is the best way to get started, especially if you have nobody in the industry that you know. The way to do this is basically, I know you guys have, favorite TV shows out there, favorite movies. Go ahead, write them all down, and then go to imdb.com and look up all the assistant editors of those shows or post-production PAs, which are essentially the jobs that you will probably get when you first start out. And then go ahead and go on Google, type in their name, and then, with the TV show or film that you chose, and then go ahead and do a search. You're probably going to find either a LinkedIn or Facebook or an Instagram or even a website. But the main point of this is to get an email. You need to get their email. That is the golden ticket, okay? So I'm gonna share with you how to properly write an email so that they will actually respond to it. Because I know a lot of people who are in the industry, they get random cold emails from people and they're not gonna respond to it because it just came off wrong. Write something so genuine, like, hey Alfonso, hey, I just graduated from college and I noticed that you worked on, House of Cards, and I was just so curious to know if I could get your advice on the experience that you had. I especially loved the way that the characters manipulated each other and the way that it was edited so that it built up all this tension, and then, after episode after episode, it kept building up until the end. It's like all these things, you gotta be really specific, because when I get that email, I'm gonna be like, man, that person wrote a thoughtful freaking email, almost like fan mail, and just saying House of Cards is like this awesome show that this person puts up on a pedestal. Now I want to help this person. Again, don't come off fake, but now since this person really is invested, or at least shows a lot of interest in my work, I want to help this person, okay? Like that's just my initial reaction. So again, you got to know how to write a very genuine and authentic email. That's so important. There's so many emails out there that I get that I just literally I don't even respond to because it's just so fake and it doesn't have any meaning to me, okay? Also, if you know already, if you know that you want to work in television, go after those jobs, right? If you want to work in documentaries, you're not going to reach out to someone who's working in an action film. Their contacts aren't with people who are working in documentaries. So if you already know what you want, look for those specific types of people, because we're sort of pigeonholed in these departments and it kind of gets a little bit focused in that way. So then the next step is to actually go on that informational interview. Make sure you prepare for this, okay? Just kind of like the same thing with your cold email. You have to come prepared to show that you have stakes in this. You want to be where they are. But the main point of this informational interview is to get them talking. I actually came up with a term for this. It's called social jujitsu. The person that you're talking with should be taking about 95% of the conversation. They should be the ones telling you their story. Don't say like, oh yeah, like I, did this short film and I was also the president of this film club. It's like, no one cares, okay? No one cares. Like seriously, like I don't care. I mean, like you know what I mean? Like I'm taking time out of work or wherever in my busy schedule to like give you advice. And if you're telling me about your short film, like it doesn't matter. Like I don't really care. The main thing you need to focus on is getting advice from them, okay? Because you want to emulate what they did, and you want them to feel like they want to help you when they leave. Okay, that's your goal in an informational interview. Sure, you'll have questions like how did you get started, and what programs do you use, or like technical stuff. But the main thing that you want to achieve is them going out and leaving there and saying, that person actually is so motivated. Kind of reminds me when I was, starting out. I kind of want to help this person, right? That's your main goal, okay? And then also ask them if they have any other contacts that you can do the informational interview with again, just with another person that they know, because you're essentially cutting out the process of you cold emailing and basically getting a recommendation to give you another informational interview. Okay, so now you're building, let's say like 5 a month, 5 people that you've done an informational interview with. And those 5 people have another 5 people who can get you opportunities, or they're looking for a post PA or a runner or a logger, whatever. That's just how networking works. So that's essentially the main start of it. That's how I answered that question, is how do you break into Hollywood editing without any contacts, is informational interviews. That's what you got to do to get everything rolling. And then when you do end up getting the interview, or you do end up getting the job, then you network again with the people that you work with, because now they trust you. And then if they move on to another show, they might ask you, hey, what are you doing in the next couple of months? Because I have this gig. Do you want to be my post PA? Do you want to be, like the next step up? You have to be in the union, by the way, to be an assistant editor. I'll cover that in a different video, but I just want to get you thinking and realizing that it's not so mysterious in the way that like someone who just graduated college can break into the industry. There's this, I always get emails like, hey, how do you get from graduating college to like, landing your first post PA job? There's like this bridge, this gap that like nobody really understands, because it's a creative industry, and like, oh, it's the movie, it's so tough, it's impossible, you have to know someone. It's like, you really don't. You kind of just have to put your best foot forward and be honest and true to who you are, and then like show that you have such a drive and this passion. Sometimes people ask me, oh yeah, like how about networking events, or these job lists, and honestly, like, they never worked for me, so I don't feel comfortable telling you to do it, because people at networking events are people who are looking for jobs. So if you're going to a networking event, you're just going to be meeting the people who are looking for jobs. So it's just going to be this like fruitless interaction where everyone who's not working is going to be piled into one room. And then these job lists, I feel like no one's going to really trust anyone they meet online. The person who has met someone in real life and knows them more personally is going to get the job. So yeah, so I'll start there. I'll leave it at that. If you guys have any questions or comments, or if you want to learn more about the process, go ahead, feel free to comment below, and also give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Also, I do phone sessions, you telling me your situation, I help you through it, and we kind of just like career map for you. If you want more information on how to actually do this informational interview, or if you want to send me your emails that you're about to send, anything that you want, to get your career started. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you found something useful here, and until next time.